After 2.5 years of trying to hide behind justice, this motherfucker pleaded guilty to leaving the scene. What is that song, Nick?
It's International Harvester by Craig Moore. I got 2 boys in the county 4-H. I'm a lifetime member of the FFA. Hey, that's what I make. I make a lot of hay for a little pay.
Turn the song off.
Okay, sorry. Hi, hello, and welcome to another brand spanking new episode of another Bachelor podcast. We're back, baby. My name's Dylan. I'm saddled up next to one real Nicholas Davis. What's going on, everybody? Patrick, the producer of the podcast, is behind the glass.
I'm doing great, Dill.
Guys, we have just a magnificent little preview to give you ahead of this here season with Colton Underwood as the Bachelor.
Hey, Dill, temper expectations, dude. It's not going to be that good.
No, this is not going to be that good. You should turn it off now or listen to Nick. What number do you have to hit for it to be considered a download? Like a full listen.
I think you just got to click on it, to be honest.
Yeah, just click on this. Just make sure you do that. And if you want to chime in and listen, hey, freaking have a ball. We're gonna get to some scoops, as you know. Pat is want to do a little digging.
PMZ, dude.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum. And Nick, I'm confused about why you've been sitting there with your eyes closed and your forehead on the mic for the past 30 seconds. Do tell.
I'm just really trying to listen to you guys and react rather than have canned podcasting ready. So I'm just because I don't know where you're going to take us.
Yeah.
I think you did a poor job introing us and bringing us back from our off season.
Right.
Let's see if Patrick can do a better job.
Hey guys, get ready. This thing's going to be kind of mediocre. Listen to the next episode where we actually talk about the show that happened, but this is the preview. So I keep listening, I guess.
He didn't. I don't like when he shits on our abilities. This is going to be really fun. We're back from a long off season.
Very long off season.
We're going to talk about Colton's Bachelor season the next 3 months, and we just wanted to come back so we weren't coming in dry.
Nick summed it up perfectly. He did a really, really good job with that. As I said, we've got some scoops about the people who are on this here season that we're going to be buckling up for the next 3 months. It'll be way too long by the end of it, but we are very excited right now. First, I want to get to this video with, Bachelor darling Ashley Iaconi. What is it? Akanuski?
LeConte.
Iaconetti.
It starts with an I.
It's Iaconetti.
He always says LeConte.
Yeah.
Why would they call her Ashley I, Patrick?
I don't know, man. I can't stand this person. She's horrible, and I'm tired of seeing her on TV.
Well, she's got a lot of clout now. She's buzzing around, interviewing everybody, and she's interviewing Chris.
She is responsible for the most powerful Bachelor Facebook group that I am not kicked out of. That's the I Don't Get It podcast.
And
group.
now there are more powerful Facebook groups. You just
Caitlin's off the vine.
Them.
Caitlin's off the vine.
She was sitting down with Chris Harrison for Access Hollywood, I believe, and they were talking about whether or not the virginity drum was going to be beat this season. Pat, hit us with a clip.
So you're saying we're going to get away from the virgin stereotype, the caricature that you guys have painted?
The cocktail joke.
Okay.
And look, we leaned into that as much as anybody, so I'm not mad at anyone for making jokes. And Colton has a good sense of humor too. And the girls get out of the limo, and night one, it's where all bad jokes go to die, and so we beat it to death. But just know that after night one, we move on.
Are you sure about that? Because Megan Mullally is there on episode 2, I hear.
Right, Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally.
Yes, and they are going around in a circle asking girls what their first time was.
I'm not saying we don't reference it again. I'm just saying and Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman are great comedians. So after that, good comedians take over and make real good jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some good guest stars this year.
Well, what about Fantasy Suites? Do we address the issue again with Fantasy Suites?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so wrong medium, but you guys can't see this video. The most ironic thing about this whole interview is that while Chris Harrison says we are not going to be focusing too much on the virginity component of Colton, he is sitting under a poster that has a tagline that says, "What does he have to lose?" I mean, just guys, Baby birds, buckle up because we're going to get so much fucking virginity talk. It is going to be nauseating. And the fact that Colton's a gay man just makes it even worse.
Ashley LaConte, how about her? Who writes for her? She's asking the hard-hitting questions.
I love her, yeah.
She's almost like an attorney. Hey, Chris, did we talk about the virginity thing? He's like, nah, the first night we talked about, well, I heard that Megan Mullally and that husband of hers who's overweight and does carpentry, he also comes in and jokes about it. Well, yeah, he does that. But that's it pretty much there. Hey, how about the fantasy suites?
Of course we're going to cover them. And let me tell you, we've got some great guest stars this season.
Fred Willard's back.
Is he really?
Yes, he is.
God.
I think he's going to be on every season till he dies.
How is Bob Einstein dead and Fred Willard is still kicking?
You're talking about Super Dave Osmond.
Osborne.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I love The Bachelor.
That's my Super Dave.
Yeah, wow, good. That was very good.
Hey, guys.
It started
guys.
for like 1 second I had it good.
Hey, guys, I have some thoughts on this. I started this season thinking like, hey, I'm not going to hate The Bachelor like as I have in the past. Like, that's wrong. You should get to know someone before you start hating them.
Yeah.
But I'm
or not.
It's going to be tough. I already kind of hate Colton. I really hate this guy.
I don't hate Colton. I've said in the past I'm looking forward to this season because of how dense Colton is, as the Brits would say. I think it's going to be like it's a golden retriever. It's a golden retriever running through a tulip field. That's what this season's going to be.
Hold on, Dill. Are we being played or
Do you need to clear your throat?
Sorry. Are we being played here? If he is, in fact, oh my God, I have a balloon in my throat.
Oh my goodness. What is going on? Holy smokes. This episode has been good.
Okay, hold on. He may be a stupid dummy, but how did he play America? How's he the Bachelor on the show? We saw the steps right before our eyes. We knew the day he showed up and he had been dating Tia. How did he do this? He's such an imbecile. How did he figure out a way to do this?
I would say that it wasn't really his doing. If you guys remember, bizarrely, because I've always thought that Colton is the only choice for The Bachelor, but bizarrely at the end of the season, people were going for Blake and Jason.
Oh, and Kenny, the wrestler from 2 seasons ago, too. Like,
I'll tell you what, those guys kind of put themselves out of contention. If you remember Jason leaning back like a goddamn evil villain with his fucking fingers going like that, like he's holding a stress ball that's not there. Hate that guy.
To remind the audience, on the Men Tell All, he was asking Becca, what could he have done better?
Yeah.
As a man to get her love, and he was making a play for The Bachelor, and yes, he did fuck up. That was the night he fucked up.
Yeah, and Blake's head is too square. Can we move on to some scoops?
I would love to.
Oh, is this where I get to talk?
Yeah, absolutely. It's time for PMZ. Bump.
Oh, I'm so excited! All right. So before we get into Colton's season, I gotta wrap some shit up with Ari, who was the worst Bachelor besides Juan Pablo. Juan Pablo was a homophobe, total jerk, couldn't speak the language, total loser. We hated him.
Well, there's also Jake Pavelka, who will kill someone, and there's Chris Soules, who has killed someone. So it's a pretty esteemed sorority there. What?
Fraternity here.
Yeah, let me get into this. Okay. And I'm going to get to Chris Soules later, by the way. Ari Lyondike, the last season's Bachelor, I hated that guy. He's a total loser. He's a real estate agent. Before he was the Bachelor, or when it was announced he's the Bachelor, a guy who was his old buddy named Jeff Holm. I don't know if you guys remember this. He was on the same season with Ari, chasing the heart of Emily Maynard, okay? Mm-hmm. Jeff ended up winning. Ari was the runner-up. Anyway, these guys go out and chase pussy for 2 years. They're buddies, but there's a falling out. So when Ari is announced as the Bachelor, Jeff Holm 1 year ago put a Twitter out that said, "Hey, this guy's a total player. He's not gonna."
You're ancient. Like you're old, but like.
I feel like even if he wasn't old, it's just Pat. He put a tweet out. That's what we're laughing out. You said he put a Twitter out.
Yeah. Continue.
All right, he put a Twitter out or a tweet or something. Anyway, this fucking guy, puts out there that, hey, Ari ain't gonna last with anybody. I'll give $5,000 to charity if this guy lasts a month with the woman he chooses.
Right.
That's now key in on those words. With the woman he chooses. Right. All right. So this piece of shit, Ari, just 3 days ago, starting off the new year, tweeted out, hey, Jeff Holm. Actually, let me read that tweet here. He goes, put that trust fund money into something positive instead of bottle service, asshole. Pay up. Meaning, hey, Jeff.
He quoted that tweet from a year ago from Jeff Holm.
Got it.
Yes. Meaning, I've been with a girl for a year now, so you need to pay up charity. Hey, Ari, you, as we all saw on TV, you actually dumped the girl that you picked.
Right.
So technically you lost the bet.
Right.
I think this is psychopathic. The fact that he's been with one girl and feels like he needs to brag about lasting 1 year with the same girl,
Right.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
Ari, you're a scumbag.
Yeah. You're a lurcher, too, because you're blatantly
Lurker?
lurcher. He's like lurching on the bet.
Oh, welching.
Welching.
Yeah.
God, I wish you would have let that slide so I could have just said lurching as it pertains to betting the entire season. And that could have been our word that was wrong all year.
And then we could have made bets. You would have lurched on him.
Yeah, exactly. So he's a welcher because he's ignoring the fundamental part of this bet, which is the person you choose first. It's implied. I will pay up. And he, if we all remember, dumped Becca within what, a week, 2 weeks?
It was a couple weeks, but he didn't have to see her. As I mentioned, I know it's going to get me in trouble. I thought she may have had a yeast infection and he had cause to, in fact, dump her.
Right.
But that being said, he still lost the bet.
Right.
I've always had like a little bit of a different angle on Ari Lyondike than you two. I think he sucks, but I think it's just because he's dumb. I think he's like nice. He's definitely slept with like a bunch of women just because he was a race car driver. These women were just falling in his lap. He was just like, okay, yeah,
I drive cars.
yeah, and he's like, yeah, I'll have sex with you, I guess. And he just keeps falling forward. He does want like a stable relationship, and you are right. Technically, he did not win this hypothetical bet with Jeff Holm, but I think he's too dumb to realize that he didn't. He probably forgot. I
think that's a really good take. I think that's a really
he might
good
have
take.
a short-term memory where he doesn't even remember how the season ended.
We need to get to this season, and Pat, you've got scoops about it.
Oh, yeah. I got some scoops, but I'm just going to reach back in the past, just a couple days. With Ari Lyondike, they just announced that him and Lauren Burham have announced they are having a baby, and it's going to be a girl, which is the reason why I think he married her, actually. He impregnated her, and that's the only reason Ari is getting married to her.
Wow, you're just going to throw out a hot take like that, huh?
Yes,
Holy smokies.
It's a girl.
And I will say that Baby Lyondike already has a Twitter that is just a fantastic follow. It's a lot of pictures of Lauren Burnham in tight long gowns and her baby bump. And I'm just really wondering how this phone got in the womb. I mean, I was already impressed by Amanda Stanton's children who are like 5 and 7 years old and have run these incredible Instagram accounts.
Fetal, though.
This is literally prenatal Instagramming. It's ahead of its time. Already has 129,000 followers.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about a ratio, only following 2.
Oh, I like that. That's a power move there. Hey, by the way, this is why I hate Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Actually, I like John Legend because he has talent. Chrissy Teigen, not so much. They started this bullshit, okay? Now, starting Twitter accounts for babies that aren't born yet. I don't like it.
I know sometimes we get accused of donning our tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw out a conspiracy at you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think this baby started the Instagram account at all.
Well,
I think it might have been either Ari or Lauren.
Now, listen, we like to joke around, but I mean this with all due respect. You sound like a complete fucking idiot right now. You sound like one of those loons who thinks
Who's paying you? Who's paying you to cover this up? I don't think that baby started it.
You sound like those fucking loons that are like, Donald Rumsfeld's a lizard person, and 9/11 was drawn on a legal pad by Dick Cheney. That's what you sound like. You sound like a fucking nut job. Pat, can we move on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, I'm really excited about this. I know we want to move forward, not backward. But I
Right.
got one more story.
Ooh, got it.
Chris Soules. I don't know if you guys knew this.
What about him?
The International Harvester?
Well, he killed the guy.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
And that's not funny.
This is a tractor starting up. What happened to that?
He was drunk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, no. Well, we don't know because this guy's a complete scumbag. And by the way, Bachelor casting, you're horrible because you picked these monsters with no souls. This guy, Chris Soules, if you guys don't remember, here's the story. It was in 2017. It was April. He's driving in his fucking car. He rails a tractor of his neighbor. The neighbor on the tractor flies like 50 feet, dies. Chris Soules tries to give him, what do you call that, CPR or something. He calls 911, but then when the cops, right before they show up, he fucking runs 3 miles back to his house, bars himself behind his door. The cops show up. He will not come out, says, you guys need a fucking warrant to arrest me. Meanwhile, in his car are empty bottles of booze. So guess what happened this week? After 2.5 years of trying to hide behind justice, this motherfucker pleaded guilty to leaving the scene. What is that song, Nick?
It's International Harvester by Craig Moore. I got 2 boys in the county 4-H. I'm a lifetime member of the FFA. Hey, that's what I make. I make a lot of hay for a little pay.
Turn the song off.
Okay, sorry.
So he is going to jail.
He gets all right. So his
He's going to the clink.
He pled guilty to leaving the scene. And, February 12th, he's going to be sentenced, and it's a maximum of 5 and a minimum of 2 years for killing a guy with booze. By the way, this is the lesson we're teaching people.
Good Lord.
All right, hold on.
There's no way this man spends 2 years in jail.
Hold on. I've thought about this. Who leaves empty beer cans or booze half finished in your car? That means you're drinking
Yeah, it
in
means
your
you're
car.
fucking drunk.
That
drinking
literally,
in your car.
that literally sounds like anybody I've ever met from Iowa.
Well, I understand. However, but when you kill a person, you got to be accountable for it. You had bad behavior, bad habits. You were drinking while you're driving, and you killed someone. And Chris Soules is a horrible human being. The worst part of the story is I don't like that when the cop showed up and said, hey, we need to talk to you, he said, go get a warrant. Because he was trying to get the alcohol out of his system.
I think it's very smart. I mean, it's insidious. He had just killed a man. But you can't say it's not smart.
Yeah, Patrick.
It's like every time I get pulled over, they're like, we'd like you to do a field sobriety test. I say, nope. They say, I'd like to take a breathalyzer. I say, nope. Take me to the station. I'm going to let this cool off a little bit. You can take my blood.
And this isn't exactly the same thing because I didn't take anybody's life.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school and we'd have parties and the cops would show up, we'd have pretty much the same conversation. But these goddamn podunk cops would sit there and wake up a judge and get a warrant and come in the goddamn house and everybody get underage.
Sex party, no more. Thanks a lot.
I wish we were pretty tame. I blacked out a lot.
Fun. Pat,
Yeah.
do you have a new scoop?
Oh, yeah. All right, so this does have to do with Colton season.
That's exciting.
Who I think is, all right, he's not going to be the worst Bachelor because the season, as we all know, is not about the Bachelor himself. It's about all the crazy chicks chasing him and all the funny things that happen.
Preach.
Right? It's not about the Bachelor. You could pick a piece of plywood and it would still be good, I think.
Yeah, you could throw Lauren in there,
A piece of plywood.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So get this. There's been a lot of craziness happening on Colton season already. There's I'll reference earlier this month there was a contestant that went on Twitter and actually started posting like he's a loser. She had obviously gotten kicked out earlier.
Yep.
They had to shut down that account.
Sour grapes.
They're running a trailer now where one of the girls, her name's Brianna, pretends to be from Australia.
Which
Loved it.
is a wild fucking move. It's also so dumb. It's so dumb.
Because she's lying off the bat.
What? Not only lying off the bat, what is the purpose of this? What? Okay, first, she's absolutely gorgeous. It's not like she needs to fake an accent for him to keep her around for a while. And she just fakes an accent on night 1. What's going to happen
On night 2.
on night 2, 3, 4? What, are you going to keep up a fucking Australian accent the entire season?
I don't like it.
You guys are so off base. Okay,
Yeah.
Number one.
Here comes another cuckoo theory from Nick.
Number one. Hey, I'm telling you, that baby, there's no way it has the finger dexterity.
You're pissing me off.
To
Just keep
post
going.
pictures. But I will say, people have been making fun of the casting so far this season because it's a monolith of attractive blondes. You said she's attractive. She doesn't need to do this. But when you're in a cabbage patch of attractive blondes, you got to do something to stand out. Number two.
You fake an accent on
Number two. Have you ever seen any rom-com? All relationships start out with a lie in the beginning. Despite the lie, they fall in love. Eventually, the lie sees the light of day, and that's when some conflict happens. But somehow they fight through it, and then they end up together.
Along Came Polly. Does that happen in Along Came Polly?
Yes. I don't remember exactly what happens, but yeah.
The Wedding Singer, it definitely happens. He should have told Drew Barrymore that he was totally into her at the beginning, but he.
I think She's All That would be the prime example.
Of Amanda Bynes faking her gender?
That's definitely a different movie. She's All That is Freddie Prinze Jr. when he takes the loser girl with the pink color overalls.
Let us know. What's the one with Amanda Bynes and Channing Tatum?
I didn't know she was in movies.
Amanda Bynes?
Yeah.
It's a terrific film.
I had a huge crush on her when she was in All That, but I was also 10. So
I had a huge crush on her a couple years ago when she was throwing air conditioners off of 32-story buildings with pierced cheeks.
I have a crush on her now because she's damaged goods.
Yeah.
That's all I got, guys.
Oh, those are all of your scoops?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
What a fantastic episode. Are we getting worse?
A terrific episode of another Bachelor podcast. Guys, we will be back very shortly with the real shit.
And by the way, the next conversation she has with Colton, she tells him the truth and they have a good laugh about it. It's a genius move. You're an idiot. You're both idiots.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
I would assume she's not going to be Australian the whole time. She was just funny out of the limo. Bold move, Cotton, but I think it's going to pay off.
Oh, gosh.
You think she's going to try to go with it all season?
Now I feel like an idiot. Guys, we'll be back soon with the premiere episode of The Bachelor. We're going to break down all the ladies. We're going to lay off their looks.
I'm going to talk very heavily about their looks and probably rate them on a 1 to 10 scale, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys.
We are going to pick our studs, our duds, each one of us. We're going to pick which girls we think are going to go far, which girls we think are going to flame out. And it's just going to be a wild freaking ride.
And I'm excited because I heard a little tease from Chris Harrison. It's going to be a little bit of a different format this 3 hours. I think they're going to be cutting back into studio, and it's really just they always sell us shit tied up in a nice ribbon.
3 hours.
Either way, we'll be watching with the rest of America.
You guys talk about 3 hours. How about 9 months of my life?
I love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Love you too, dude.
All right, we'll be back soon. Dylan, saying goodbye. Nick, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pat, say goodbye.
See ya.